So I've been reading your blog, and I've been identifying myself with some of the things that I found, because I feel like I'm a little bit stuck, and I read some articles about that, and so um, it feels like I'm stuck, like keep repeating over and over the same thoughts, the same situations. Like when I don't work on something for a couple of days or a week or something, it feels like it keeps like I keep coming back to the state where I was, and it feels, I don't know, it feels like hopeless doing the work. I don't know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
sometimes,
yeah,
like
yeah.
I expect maybe
It can
to.
happen.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
So sometimes I feel like the anger, sometimes with my mom especially, it feels stronger sometimes, because I feel frustrated that it doesn't go away or something. Like I don't know if it doesn't if it's not supposed to go away. Like, but I was doing the work expecting it to go away, maybe. So
Yeah. This is what I sometimes talk about, doing the work with the motive to make it go away, the motive to get out of the stress, to make the anger disappear. And basically what I've noticed is I don't have any control over that. I can't control if the anger goes away. I can't. But what I can control is I can do the work, and I can try different ways of doing the work. I can work on different situations. I can do it in a more meditative way or whatever. But that's all I can control. I can't control what actually happens with the work. Anger might go away. Many times it does. Anger might not go away. That could happen. I know, when I first started doing the work, and I was working a lot on my partner, and it yeah, it got a little better, but it didn't go away. The anger was still there, the frustration was still there, a lot of those emotions were still there. I could still get so easily triggered, and it took years of doing the work, different ways, different situations. Each time was like just taking away a little bit of my stress about it, giving me a little more insight about how to look at that situation. And so this took time, and the work was just, I just kept doing the work, doing the work, doing the work. Somewhere along the way, I started questioning, I need that to go away. I need the anger to go away. I should be relieved from that by now. And when I questioned that, I became even easier. Oh, I can do this work. Maybe I do my whole life just on my partner, and no problem. I'm going to work on something, so why not be on that? And so, like, the easier I got holding this situation and not worrying if it will be relieved or not, the more actually the work became effective at the same time. So it's kind of ironic, but I start to find that I could explore these stressful thoughts with a very open mind. Like, I don't know what I will find, and that helped. But I would say, um, first thing I would do is question. I want the anger to go away. Just do the work on that right away, and then come back and see if you still want to do the work. And if you do, just do the work. Just do the work without worrying about whether it gets rid of the anger or not. Um, and as you come back doing the work again and again on the same kind of situation, you may find that each time you see it a little bit differently. Each situation brings a little different flavor. And that's what keeps me going. Each time I'm like, oh, that's a little bit different. Oh, it's the same, but a little bit different. And I see it and I see it and I see it. It's like painting a picture. I start to see it. And eventually I start to see it a lot more. And it starts to stick with me and starts to become really clear. And then my partner can say something that used to get me very angry. And I'm just like, oh, okay, I recognize that one, but it doesn't get me angry. So it's a process. The work is a process. I think a lot of people have expectations that it's going to happen just so quickly. For example, if you see Byron Katie doing the work with people and you see some of those YouTube videos, they're amazing. Like you can watch somebody going from stressed to free in like 20 minutes. And it is amazing. I did the work with her in one of those videos and it did change my life and it was amazing. But work doesn't always work that way. Most of the time, it's a slow process. It can take months, it can take years, and it's like meditation. You just do it. And then as that continues, it tends to go deeper and tends to shift over time. That's my experience. So that would be my second invitation for you is to let the next situation come up. Like, great, still anger is still there. Great. Use that anger in the next situation to write the new worksheet and do it again from a slightly different point of view. And it helps. It can also help, it can help sometimes working with a facilitator that can just hold you in it if you're having trouble holding yourself in the work. There are many ways to assist, but the main thing is just keep doing it. Just keep doing the work. It's like little by little, the whole system gets cleared.
Okay, thank you. Yes.
You're welcome.
Yes, I think these thoughts of wanting to get something out of the practice or to wanting to get rid of the anger, like they prevent me from keep doing it. Like to be, they prevent me from being constant, I think, on the practice. Like they make me not enjoy it, so I just stop doing it.
Exactly.
Yes.
Because what happens when I'm thinking I want the anger to go away and it's not going away, I feel frustrated.
Yes.
I feel powerless.
Yeah.
I feel like I cannot make it happen. So I don't want to play this game. Forget it. That's what happens. Yeah. And then I'm measuring myself. Am I getting closer to my goal? How much percentage of anger is removed? I'm like calculating and measuring. Where is my attention? My attention is on getting rid of the anger instead of on doing the work, which is where the anger gets neutralized. When I focus on just doing the work, is it true? How do I react? Who would I be without the thought? Turning the thoughts around. When I'm focusing on the content of the work, not on getting rid of the anger, that's when it starts to show me things more. And then I'm not impatient, so I can stay in that turnaround, and maybe I will find 10 examples instead of 3 examples, or I may find 30 examples, or I may just keep sitting in that. Each time I sit, it's like a new worksheet, even though it's the same relationship. That kind of mindset comes when I'm not focused on getting rid of the anger. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a idea of focusing on the process, not on the goal. And when I'm focused on the goal, if I have a goal, if I turn it into a goal, then I'm just only focused on the goal. I cannot do anything. But when I'm focused on the process, the goal comes sometimes, but I'm not 100. I can't control it 100%. But that's the most effective way to do it. Yeah. And then we have this whole idea like anger like I need to get rid of it. It's bad. I can't handle it. Like, who would you be without those stories? Those can be questioned too. And if I make friends with anger, then when it shows up, I'm not so surprised, or I'm not so upset. It's just, oh, it's just anger. Okay, great. It's going to be a good worksheet. Can't wait. So, yeah, I think that's the number one, is question thoughts about, I want the anger to go away, and see where you go.